Antone's down there, which used to be next to my dad's bookstore, Paperbacks Plus, and it was a full house at Antone's to hear the Eric Johnson Trio with Chris Marsh on bass and the drummer who has passed away. I'm trying to remember his name. If anybody knows who I'm talking about. Anyway, I also saw Evan Arredondo, great Austin bass player. He's played with Tony Campisi. He came up to me and Sean and said, "Yeah, this is going to be great." So we enjoyed the music, enjoyed the first set, and Evan came over and said, "You know what? I'm noticing this is really great, and Eric's a great player, but there's not many women here." And we looked around. It was a lot of guys coming to that show. So there's something I was thinking about today, is that this sort of cliche of rock and roll guitar, electric guitar, has always blown my mind at how popular it has been. We're talking about, now again, I don't have anything against, I love electric guitar. I love it to a degree. But the fact that it is so popular, that distorted guitar hero kind of playing, no disrespect to Eric. I love Eric. Eric is an extremely versatile musician who plays many styles, plays acoustically, he plays all over the map. But I thought it was a very interesting observation by Evan that there weren't many women at this show at Antone's in 1996. And why was that? Well, that music was very testosterone filled that we was playing that night. It was like John McLaughlin. It was Guitar Hero. It had this push to it. It was very, get on that train and let's go. Let's rock this world. Let's, Eddie Van Halen. Let's, a very competitive spirit. And it was, and I was thinking this morning, like, what is it about that really high testosterone rock and roll guitar thing for me that kind of gets old a little bit, and that I'm really puzzled is why it's still so popular. And it sounds like the pentatonic licks, it just sounds very cliche to me to hear that same thing reproduced over and over again, recycled over and over again. It's like when I started becoming interested in jazz, the thing that excited me about jazz was that it was about expressing yourself in your own particular way of hearing the world and who you are as an individual. That being an individual in context with the democracy of an ensemble where there was give and take, where there was collaboration, that individual soul within the group context is what made jazz exciting. And so still to this day in 2019, I see so much distorted electric, blues, rock, pentatonic scale guitar, and people going crazy over it. It blows my mind. I don't really understand it. I mean, I like it to a certain degree, but I want to hear more variety. So the point was, there weren't many women at that show. And I started thinking this morning while I was taking one of my cold showers, what's a guitar player that in this style with electric guitar that can move me to the point where I have tears? And I had a hard time thinking, like, I'll definitely be moved in an energetic testosterone kind of way by this kind of guitar playing, but I can't think of many moments where this kind of playing has moved me to my heart and has made me almost cry. So I was really racking my brains thinking of a musician in the electric guitar format after 1980 who, with the blues distorted rock thing, I know you're probably saying that's not what it's about, Will, but I did think of one. So I want to play a couple tracks here because I think it's about the soul. Like, to me, what is it? So, and then having to think of a player that would do this, that could touch my soul, that could have the ability to make me almost cry, feel something, really feel something besides testosterone, besides wanting to take over the world, wanting to rock and roll all night, party, all that. I did think of one player, but I think it also made me ask the question, what is it about a musician? What are the attributes of a solo or of playing that really touch the soul of a person? And when you hear this cut, I think you'll hear what I'm talking about. So this would be the one song that really, as a kid, growing up in the late 70s, this is electric guitar playing, to me, that moves my soul. Anybody know who that is? Now, what is it about this? All right. So he's playing one note. There's lots of space. There's lots of finesse and subtlety in his playing. Anybody know this tune? All right. So obviously, people like B.B. King can do that. One or two notes. And that was Jeff Beck playing the electric guitar. And to me, what I like about that playing and is that there's space, there's subtlety, there's dynamics, there's the varying of the tone, there's a varying of the tonal quality of the guitar. And beyond that, obviously, the guy that's putting their energy and hands into an instrument, who all of their being is coming through the muscles and the bones and being transferred onto that instrument and then going out into the world energetically. So the mystery of how that happens, we don't know the full extent of that, but there's something about that playing versus this playing that is just different. It's just different. This doesn't necessarily touch my soul or make me want to cry, but maybe that's okay. That's fine. This is just another mood, another emotion. But the tone doesn't move me as much as the other kind of tone. Doesn't really get at my heart as much. I mean, this is impressive. I love. This is fun. But I'll get back to the question: is why were there fewer females at the Eric Johnson show that I saw in 1996? Is that still true to today? Is there something about the way the feminine spirit hears music or desires to hear music versus the male testosterone spirit? All right. Thanks for watching. Over and out.